Hello everyone, and today we have Gruul Landfall. Gruul Landfall, yeah, not Magda Gruul, Gruul Landfall, you hear it right. It's a bit of a throwback from an old Gruul list. I want to test out how will it perform in the current standard, and I can tell you, it performed really well. Let's go to the video. Okay, let's have a look at this Gruul Landfall deck. This deck used to be really popular before we had the new set. There was like, even before Call Time, I think this deck was super popular, where the most contender were like Rogues and Gruul. A lot have changed, and so this Gruul had this specific list has to adapt as well. And this is now a Gruul Landfall deck in the newest standard, and it's really powerful. I think it learned a lot and it evolved a lot, and yeah. So I just want to go over some cards here that make this a bit different from like the Magda Gruul list. And this is a Brushfire Elemental, which is a 2-mana 1/1 haste, and it has landfall. And really important note is Brushfire Elemental can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which is really good against many decks right now. And yeah, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield on your control, Brushfire Elemental gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. With Fabled Passage, this can be a 5/5 and not be blocked. So it's really powerful. We also have Kazandu Mammoth, which is a 3-mana 3/3 and a land as well, with the landfall ability, which does the same as the Brushfire Elemental. So, sorry, as I said, we have the landfall creatures here. I mean, Mammoth is played a lot, and usually also with some henches. We have only one henge here. This is a way more aggressive list and tries to go over the Embercleave. So yeah, Great Henge, 9 mana, costs less for the power, for the greatest power we have, and whenever we play a creature, it's a non-token, we draw a card, it gets +1/+1. We can tap it for 2 green and gain 2 life. I've pretty much played many decks with this card, that's why it feels so fluid. And yeah, Great Henge, great card. And yeah, we have the Embercleave here, an Eldraine artifact, 6 mana, flash, costs also 1 less for each attacking creature this time, and we can equip it when we flash it in, and the creature gets +1/+1, trample strike, oh god, double strike and trample, which I call from now on trample strike. Yeah, so we try to get really fast with the Embercleave, and we managed to get it in turn 3 out, which is really cool. And what we would love to have in this deck is a curve where we have a good 1-drop, 2-drop, and then we're gonna play something like an Esika Chariot, which is a 4-mana 4/4, the Cadillac, legendary artifact, vehicle. Whenever this enters battlefield, we create 2/2 cat tokens. We can create for 4, and when Esika Chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token we control. So we can use this always for the cats, or we can use it for like the Lovestruck Beast tokens. What is important to say here is that we play a turn 4 card that gives us 2 creatures. So if you have 1 creature in play, play this, play Goldspan Dragon, 5 mana 4/4 flying haste dragon. When it attacks, we create a treasure token, and our treasure token can be sacrificed for 2 mana as long as we have Goldspan Dragon into play. Same goes for when it gets target, which means we attack with 4 creature, we get the token, we have a treasure open, then we're going to sacrifice the treasure and play Embercleave in the same turn as we play the dragon. And this is the most powerful turn, obviously, in this deck, and this is why we play Chariot, for that main reason. Let's go have a look at the cheaper cards. We have the adventure package here as well. Edgewall Innkeeper, 1 mana 1/1. I mean, yeah, I will just let it like this. Then we play 4 Bonecrushers and 4 Lovestruck Beast, probably the best standard creatures that exist. Stomp 2 damage, 4/3 for 3 mana, 3 mana 5/5 for 1 mana 1/1. I will not go in detail on those 2 cards, but yeah, they are super powerful, as you all know. And it's hard to play competitive decks sometimes without those cards. And we want to have a look at an older Gruul list, how it performs right now in the meta. Then we have 2 Jaspera Sentinel, 1 mana 1/2 reach. We can tap an untapped creature we control and add a mana of any color, which is really nice to ramp into some better spell. I like this. I think it's really nice to have 2 of them. Also the reach and the 1/2 is not too bad. And yeah, really cool card. 2s here, 2 mana 2/2. Exile cards from graveyard for a green, and if it was a creature, we gain a life and put a counter on Ooze. I mean, this is a card we want against rogues, against cycling. It's good even in creature matchups where once the board is empty, all the creatures on the graveyard play this, and we just have a 7/7 creature and gain life. And we also play 4 Shatterskull Smashing, which is a land and a removal spell to red and X, and we can pay X. If X is 6 or more, we can do 6 damage twice divided to 2 targets, and if not, it's just 6 once divided to 2 targets. But yeah, this is the deck. I mean, I really don't think I should go too deep in the deck, and we have also one Akroan War, which I really like the artwork still. It's just amazing. 4 mana, we gain control of an opponent creature. Second chapter, yeah, their opponent's creature have to attack. And third chapter, each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power, which is really cool. It's a pseudo board vibe, but it's nice to force them into attack, and so we can go through. And yeah, Akroan War will be a card that we'll talk about in the last game for sure. And the mana base is super simple here. Sideboard, we have not... I really hope this is going to change soon, because this is a mess sometimes if you work with the sideboard. But yeah, with Redcap Melee, 1 mana, deal 4 damage to a red, to any creature. If it was red, it's fine. If it was not, we have to sacrifice a land. Good against Mono Red and against Vinota. Snakeskin Whale, 1 mana, put a +1/+1 count on target creature. We control, and you get hexproof, which is nice for some protection, for if you want to remove your creatures and so on. Roiling Vortex, 2 mana. This card is clearly for the life gain and clearly for Soul to Ultimatum, which is most of the time, 99%. We're going to use this. 2 mana enchantment at the beginning of each player's upkeep. Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage to them, so that's nice. Both sides though. And we can pay a red. Opponent can't gain life. And now the important part against the Ultimatum decks. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no more was spent to cast that spell, Roiling Vortex deals 5 damage to the player. Pretty simple. So they cast Ultimatum, they take the damage, or they don't cast Ultimatum and don't take the damage. Then we have 2 additional Scorching Dragonfires. I like the 3 damage removal spells. They're definitely targets we want to reach, want to get down with 3 damage. So 2 mana, 3 damage, and exile if they die. Then we have 2 Clawfists here. Also a good card if we need them in a longer game. If you want to get that ping damage in, if it's hard to attack through a board state, or if they are a control deck and they have more problems dealing with a god on the battlefield. 3 mana, 4/5, Devotion, Indestructible. Each upkeep we can remove a card from a graveyard. If it was a non-land, we do 2 damage, gain 2 life. And if it was a land, we get either a red or a green mana source. Sorry, today it's a special. Okay, so then we have a Wilt here. Super flexible card, 2 mana, destroy target artifact enchantment, cycling 2. As I said, super flexible. If you need that card, you will know. Then a Phoenix, an escape card here. Also a haste card, which is nice, 3 mana to 2, flying haste. We can pump it for 3, and it can come back for 4 mana and 3 escape cards. Souls here, a bit more punch, 3 mana, 5 damage. Cannot go through indestructible, which is really nice. Then an additional Akroan War, a Primal Might, which is really interesting to me. That one of Primal Might here. 1 green and X. I think the cool part about Primal Might is there are scenarios where if you do it on a Brushfire and you kill a big creature, you can go through and they cannot block, for example. It's still nice to target our dragon for an extra treasure. So Primal Might, a fight spell that pumps for X, so it's never really a dead card. Really cool. And then 2 Orc of Aganus, 5 mana for 2. Again, super good card against rogues. Escape for 2. We have to escape 8 cards. We have to exile 8 cards though. But on the other hand, it's also really nice if it enters the battlefield. We have to discard our hand and we draw 3 cards. But yeah, against rogues this is really good. And if we manage to get rid of our hands and play this, it's super cool. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what I should say about the deck more. It's a Gruul deck, right? Gruul smashes face. And this is how it feels. I played 3 games. I won all 3 of them. You're gonna see all of them. Were cool games. Were cool. One game was really surprising. I had no idea what the opponent was playing. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you're gonna enjoy it as well, and you enjoyed the guide from MTG Arena Zone, which is also linked in the description below. And if you like the video, if you like the partnership with MTGA Zone, check them out or just subscribe to the channel. Feel free to like the video or come by to twitch.tv/DanyTLaw, where I'm mostly at. I will still promote the FTK United tournament, which will be in the end of the month, which I'm organizing together with F2K, Fate to Karma, my team. And yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it, and I had a lot of fun playing it. It was a little bit of a throwback, but it was cool, and yeah, enjoy the games. Against Ki Bao Wu. Okay, let's see how this goes. Opponent starts Not what we want in a aggressive deck. Well, this is a mulligan. We're gonna keep it, but we're not happy. If we find a landfall guy, that would have been great. Like a landfall on hand and then just going from the opponent had to go to mulligan to 5 though. That is something. Okay, so the thing is, we need to get rid of Saveless Saver ASAP. It's just really annoying. I'm gonna attack here, and then use Bonecrusher when they play a creature. Okay. So, Elite Spellbinder here is fine, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's fine. We try to aggress with our Lovestruck Beast as good as we can here. That makes sense. It changes a little bit of the narrative. But I still believe the best way is to pressure as good as we can. And here we offer the trade. Even though we have another 1/1, right? And an Innkeeper on our hand. Skyclave Maul, okay. It looks like we're gonna have a race on our own. Or that just don't do anything. Okay, it looks like a race, which we accept with our hand here. Definitely gonna try and put in more creatures, more power on board here, so that we can stop their attack here. The main problem is 5 damage in the air is a lot. So they found a Skyclave Aberration. Now it definitely gets more tricky. We need to find a way to deal with Elite Spellbinder. We need to find it now. We need to find it now. Okay, that doesn't work against Elite Spellbinder though. Okay. Let's think our way through. We can kill the Apparition. Then we attack. Then we attack again. We still don't have anything in the air, so we also need to find cards. I mean, the Elcid is not a problem yet, because they have... The way it's structured there, they have already something with evasion. So this is just us going in here. Putting them on 7. It's a close one. Silver Savior is not good. And not another blocker. Okay, I would have taken that attack there for sure. It's gonna be interesting now. It's gonna be interesting. They're on 7. The life link there is a problem. Okay. But I think we have this. So we shoot this. They can't sacrifice it. We still should be able to punch through enough. But we get them off of the lifelinker here, and then we should just finish it. So by attacking here, they go on 8, and it is lethal. This is why I said we're probably gonna win the race by just playing our creatures, and I mean the adventure creatures, as you all know, tend to be really strong. It was a close one though. It was definitely a close one. For mulligan to 5, opponent definitely had some power there. So you play against mono white. You want the Akroan War. You want the Soulseer. We want the Dragonfires. We take a Wilt. We're gonna cut all the Brushfires here on the play. Clovis is an interesting card. Take the Proud Might. Gonna cut the Cleave here. What did I miss? I mean, Snakeskin Will is not bad. It's not a bad card. So let me talk about Clovis here. Clovis is a really good card in terms of we ping for a long time, and in a stale game, this could actually change everything. So I kind of want to have it here. Esika Chariot is fine, but it's not great. Embercleave can go over the top, which is something we want to keep, but we also want to keep the ability to grind, which is why we're going to keep Henge. I think Goldspan Dragon is probably the weaker card here because of Maul. It makes Goldspan Dragon kind of awkward in this matchup, but I can see a one-off there. Rolling Vortex is also an option, but it also ticks you down. They're also an aggressive deck and not that much on the life gain side. There are decks that play more with the life gain theme, and maybe they have that. But according to the Snowlands, I just assume it is stock mono white. So those are my thoughts in this matchup right now. Okay, Sentinel first if we have Sentinel. Because now we can make token and crush something. Or could crush something. Here we just pass. This is an okay block here for us. And worst case scenario, we can just tap the Hollow Blade here. I am actually willing to block with the 1/1 here and make him down. Discard a card. Oof, that is heavy. Okay. I'm okay with them discarding a card here for my token. I cannot play my Lovestruck Beast now because of Draenei Magistrat. So I think that is fine. Yeah, I want to resolve a Clovis here. The thing is, they could have Skyclave Aberration, right? Against a Skyclave Aberration, having Bonecrusher is not too bad. So Clovis here is actually a good card. Worst card they can play off this is obviously the artifact that makes it flying. Which would be a bit annoying. I think if we don't block for now. Spellbinder, okay. We need to find a way to deal with Magistrat. And now, honestly, I have to use the Bonecrusher for the Spellbinder here. I mean, I could keep it for... Yeah, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Let's see how they play it. Okay, that's interesting. But we couldn't play those cards, which is not cool. I am mostly forced to start blocking now. I need to find one of my removal spells. Now it gets hard. Now it's the point where I have to say, yep, not easy. Okay, I mean, this is an easy decision here. Obviously it's not cool, but... Yep. Getting rid of that Spellbinder. Getting some life back. We have to play this side. Getting a decent body blocker for the ground. That's nice. And we found a land which is not really helpful. And yeah, I think here in this position we can just attack. So let's hope we can use our Clovis to just gap some time until we find our card. Aberration here. Probably getting rid of the 5/5. Yeah. Huge card. This is why we couldn't maybe not attack and go for the block end. But yeah, we still heal for 2 next turn. And yeah, hard. Need to find some stuff. Not the card we want to find here. Yeah, have to pass. And they attack and they win, yeah. This is GG. They have to face this Haven. They obviously double Cleave with no creatures. Drawing both Cloths is not really helpful here. I kind of want to play those cards again. Go a bit more aggressive on the play. While making sure we do have the cards we want. I'm gonna cut one Akroan War. The Akroan War are okay, but not perfect. Still not a fan of the dragon. But then... No, I think I'm gonna cut the dragons here, to be honest. I mean, obviously the nut draw is dragon into Cleave in the same turn. But that's... The flyers with first strike over there are just so hard to deal with. Where if you pay 5 mana just to be able to do that, it's hard. It's definitely hard. Well, we're playing the land build. Okay. Push 10 damage next turn. This is what Brushfire Elemental can do, and we're definitely going for the push here. Since they cannot block. So yeah, if we keep our creatures next turn, we have a high chance of winning. Obviously there are many cards they could play here, so that is for sure. That is the card that's good for me. That is also a good card for me. And that's also a good card for me. They have to make sure that Aspiring goes to 3 here. And now we go in. So, I want to make sure that my Brushfire Elemental survives here. So, it's going to be a lot of damage. They're going to lose a Silver Savior here, but they make the Aspirant 4/4 next turn. They could also just push the L-set for the life gain, but... Definitely want to put some damage in here. Opponent goes in 1. Which is not the easiest position with what we represent here, right? Also with Shatterskull Smashing we have a good way to actually deal with some creatures, so they cannot really block. Oh no, that's good. That is the most annoying card here. Okay, let us think this through. They did attack here. That is a shocker. That is honestly a shocker. Because now no matter how they block, this is GG. So they block here. This is really awkward. But what we can do is we can just do damage here. And then putting that damage through it. I mean, there are multiple ways to win here. We could also just re-equip an Embercleave on the target that's not getting blocked. Or, I mean, honestly, I mean, just the way we can win here is multifaceted. And now Trample will win. But yeah. I don't know why I choose this way, but it seems cool. So Brushfire Elemental and Landfall, Gruul is definitely still something you should consider being a good deck. It's something that can surprise you, right? -5 seems like a good number, and yeah, cool game. Let's do another one. Play against Anemona. Anemona. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna play a Mammoth here, I think. That's a hard one. Playing Mammoth. Yeah, I think I played a Mammoth here. It just secures me a better curve. So I have to start with that one. Not that I'm happy with it, but it secures me a better curve, which is still important. Silver Quill Campus. It's a cool campus though, to be honest. Cooler than the one I used to study. And my background, I also like the background campus, not gonna lie. Silver Quill Campus. I have no idea, so this is Rakdos, I think. I think we just go with a Mammoth here. And keep the Bonecrusher in our hand. Because it feels like they kept something back here, because they know I have a Bonecrusher and they want me to use it on face. Which is something you usually do. So I am definitely okay. Now we're getting to the Fork Holder section where I'm getting confused. Okay, nothing happened there. No stop, nothing. Now there's a stop. Ah, okay, sure. X-Spell. Well, I have to say I don't want to be mean or something, but it looks like a draft deck. This is something I would draft. Except there are multiple lands. Okay, the World Tree. Some interesting stuff going on over there. I mean, that's totally fine. I mean, you look at this hand and you go like, yeah, what is my, you know, what should I do now? So I have my options here. I clearly have my options. Embercleave is super scary, but not something I'm looking forward to right now. Kind of want to play Akroan War, okay. Probably all the, I mean, this is a hand where when you look at it, it feels like all the options are not good enough. I am trying to understand what the opponent is playing here. Could be some sort of budget thing, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. And they didn't like Akroan War wants me to play one more, just based off that logic. But I don't know. Maybe some God type of deck. I'm just gonna add another removal spell here. But I honestly don't know what they play. I'm gonna add the removal spells. Based on me thinking that they play creatures. They play the Paulo Dare Elite Spellbinder, which assumes there should be more creatures. But then that Exile card there, this is really hard. I mean, this is just me going wild guesses, crazy, right? But yeah, you know, sometimes you have to speculate and see what possibilities are there, and this is just what I come up with, bubbling for myself. I I'm gonna keep this on the draw. Again, we're gonna start with a Mammoth here, just to secure a better curve. I don't need Bonecrusher that extreme on turn 2. Why is there a lesson in the main deck? I am wildly confused here. We're talking about really confused right now. What is going on? Okay. Obviously, I wish I could have. Again, the Akroan War is not what they like. We're just gonna play Mammoth here. No need to kill the Spellbinder yet. And now they're gonna blink it twice? No, but definitely I think Mammoth is better. Gives me more pressure tools, but... Banishing Lights, okay. Yeah, I mean, every card is a surprise. Every card is a surprise. Which is cool. Could have kept it back, but I really don't know what they play. So at this point, I just should stop figuring out what they play. It is a pile of cards that tries to win the game, the same as our Gruul deck. In a different way, obviously, but you know what I want to say here. I have the feeling they have the exile card again, but not much I can do about. Playing more creatures here. They could have a bot vibe too. I mean, again, I'm back at speculating. So I still think it's like some sort of god deck here. Just gonna do it, because we never know. Just going in. That is a bit annoying. Now I wish I would have played differently. But now we keep our henge at least. I don't play around the second removal spell for this card here. But yeah. I mean, sometimes they have to, right? We could have removed those cards here. Vanishing Verse is a really cool card. We're gonna lose the Dragonfire here, which is totally fine. They don't really have anything. We just have to slam it in. You have to go on the offensive side here. How many lands do they need again for the roll tree? A lot. 10, huh? For each 2, yeah. They're not there yet. They're not there. Topping is not cool. Not like to see that top. Yep, that was a good top, I guess, huh? Okay, keeping the force on hand was a good bait here. So, I mean, they can get one card out of that, for sure. And yeah, now we just need to find cards before they do. We have a lot of hasters as well. Like a dragon is a lot of damage. What is this thing? Double the number of... I mean, I take that one. It has Magecraft, right? Maybe we can use that card and go for a big hit 1 point. So it's not even that bad. 6 mana, we can double it. So if we play this, we can do 6 damage. Okay, this is actually working. This would be Exactis now. Dragon's Guard Elite, by the way. Oh no, it's not exact. It's not double power, it's double the counters, huh? Okay. But they're still fine. Putting them on 2 is a good thing. Kaya. That is awkward. Why would they minus here? That's an annoying one. Okay, so we have to do this for 6. Yep. They still have 7 lands, which makes me feel good about it. Just playing out as many creatures. Here I think I actually will not play out Bonecrusher. Because if they have a board wipe again, I can play Bonecrusher and activate the Chariot. So. A 1 is only on 2, right? And if they play a creature, we still have a way to deal with a potential board wipe. I have a creature with the Akroan War. So they have 1. So even if they find another one, it's not enough. And we won that game. Awkward deck there. I have no idea what's going on, but a win is a win. Let's go. Against Mako. Plate. Before for sure. Okay. Yorion. See what we can do. The way I think I have to push this is playing all my creatures and hoping to draw land. Omen. Well, early Embercleave here is important. Going ham with max damage now. If we put this on Ooze, it becomes a 3/3, so it cannot be Elspeth Nightmare as well, which is definitely powerful. Double Sentinel here was really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is yeah, playing around the Heartless Act in a little bit of a awkward way, not gonna lie, but yeah, it was definitely needed to play this special play around here. Okay, so we go with the Clawfist here. Akroan War is a card that's actually not too bad. No Henge. Henge is just impossible to use. We still need to keep all the hasters. I also have the Phoenix in. so Akroan War is okay. They have Gargaroth, but in this type of deck, we have answers to deal with Gargaroth. Usually cut Mammoths here. Let's go triple Cleave. Let's go. Well, early turn 3 Cleave is usually really powerful, right? So, I mean, turn 3 there, Cleave protecting Ooze with that little play there. Super nice. Worked out great. Yeah, we cannot keep this one. This is keepable. Not happy, but, you know. You know. Not happy about that. I'm not happy about that because if I play my Vortex and I just have a binding, it's not cool. Okay, now I'm gonna play it. If they don't have a binding, our Vortexes will do work. They always have a binding. Why I'm talking about this? Yep. That's the biggest damage potential. But yeah, the binding on the Vortex. If we had double Vortex, I could see this way more possible here. So if they have a Gargaroth here, they have the perfect hand against my hand, which is a bit sad. It's always a bit tricky to play it though. Okay. Okay. Pushing into damage here. Helps me. So if they go for an ultimatum, they take 10. Not cool. Not really cool. Just saying. That was the worst card we could face here now. Don't think there's a way out of this now. I mean, even with Goldspan it's not enough. I think this is a good game. I have to play my Akroan War here. I was a bit too greedy not including it. But I mean, I also had to draw it. I need to play it. I'm not happy about it, but yeah. Have to do it. I don't like Ooze. Ooze is not bad, but I think I really need Akroan War because that is a huge thing. Usually I always tell all my people in stream play Akroan War against Sultai because of their cards they could bring in, and then I don't do it myself, which is a classic. Not happy about the hand, don't want to mulligan though. If I find a turn 2 card here, I will be really happy. Well, something to play makes me happy here. Highest damage potential again. Okay, I mean, I knew they had this one. So we could have went for this one too. Cultivator, okay. We have to go for the Chariot here. I want to keep my passage in case I find something with Landfall. Still go for the Chariot here. Probably the highest damage potential over the course of the game. don't want to see any 6/6 Gargoyles here. Verdict, okay. Not cool, but okay. I play it because it gives me an additional attacker next turn. Six mana. Depending how they play it, we can do a lot of damage next turn. They did not take it on hand. Okay. There has to be a spell, but I mean, you always have to go for it here. Eureka moments. Well, that's not that powerful. Okay, put you on one. Many outs definitely here. Many outs. Now we just have to think how we play around the potential ultimatum. Okay, I'm cool with the binding here. Interesting choice. Never mind. So 1-1 and I win the game, huh? I need to dodge a land here. Oh no, they have it. Never mind. Maybe we shouldn't have played anything here. They're still on one, so they play Yarn. I can take Yarn, which is still fine. Double binding is huge. Okay, I just cannot give them the extra turn here. That's all it is. I have to do it, no matter what they take. This tells me that they have Cure in the hand. And this is why we like this card. They're still on one. I mean, we could have drawn the win there as well. We had Bonecrushers, we had Hasters. I think we had at least 10 to 12 outs. Let me check. Even Clovis is a potential out. Yeah, we had a lot. That's interesting because that's not enough. Then one. And we have Trample. Seems good to me. They need to kill the Gargoyle here. Okay, well that... yeah, it's still lethal, but... because of our Shatterskull Smashing, but yeah, sure. Double green does nothing. Well, it was a close game, and who would have thought that we're gonna win with Akroan War? Who would have thought we're gonna win with Akroan War? I didn't mention that card during these games, but yeah, I like the games, I like the deck. It was cool to play the Landfall Gruul deck in a bit of more aggressive shell. Hopefully you like it as well, and I would say let's go to the outro. 3 games, 3 wins. What do you want more? The last game was really close, I have to say. I think we played that one line with the Ooze there, and the bone stomping our own Sentinel to get the counter on the Ooze was really cool. So you cannot do those lines all the time, right? Because the game is not strict that way, but it was really cool in that scenario. And yeah, I think the deck is super powerful. It surprised people to see this Gruul list with more haste creatures and that explosive Brushfire Elemental. Not sure what I would change. I'm not sure about the Primal Might yet. I think it's a cool card. I like the 4 Embercleaves and the Chariot and the Goldspan Dragon. I really prefer this Gruul actually over the Magda Gruul. And yeah, if you like the deck, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, or check me out on twitch.tv DanyTLaw. And yeah, with that said, have all a good day, evening, morning, wherever you guys are, and see you next time.